Hey everybody, welcome back to my adventures in The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. I know it's been a little while, and, you know, there just be delays and whatnot at various points, so I do apologize in advance. Where we left off, well, I had to pick one of these outfits. They all look like the same to me, bar like the white collar on the one. Recently been watching a bit of, The Tudors, so got me thinking, like, you know what, I should probably get back into this. Let's have a look at see. Elegant coiters. Which one of these would look good? Yeah. I like this one, so just like the pure black and whatnot on top. I mean, don't get me wrong, it still looks up. I never understood the medieval poofy thing. And his shoes look weird. I don't know why. They look like too long. Maybe that's just a style thing. I don't know. But I never understood the poofiness when it came to, medieval clothing.
And they say clothes do not make the man. Does the outfit satisfy the gentleman?
You know what?
A studded doublet and a sword on my back. That's what would satisfy me. But tough, when in Nilfgaard.
Yes.
It's a saying. So what now? Powder my nose?
This is funny to me.
The gentleman's complexion is light enough.
Like, this guy took that
The gentleman is
seriously.
to stand before
When
the
you have
ruler
one
of
person
the
who
north
is
and
so
south,
in the
I
level
must
of...
confirm that he knows how to bow.
how do I word this? When he's
Confirm
not
away.
a straight man, he just literally doesn't get that as a joke.
Please watch.
It makes me laugh. And now I'm going to be taught how
Leg
to bow.
extended, hand flat, head down,
Your hand is
chin
not
to
flat.
chest.
The hand was not flat.
The
That was
gentleman
curved.
will rehearse.
Might just be a thing and whatnot. Lost in translation. I did not pay attention to what it was doing.
Wrong, wrong, wrong. Once more.
Okay, let's
Leg
see what we got to do
extended,
here.
hand flat,
His left hand goes
head
out.
down,
All right, it's his left hand.
chin to
bows.
chest.
Okay.
The gentleman will rehearse.
I'm just letting everyone know I'm not going to be bowing. Geralt does not bow. He's not a subject of anyone.
Lacking fluidity and grace. But we've learned to expect less of Nordlings. Come with me.
This guy's polite, but so dang.
The gentleman will.
I don't know
address the
why. I can
Emperor
see
only when
Geralt
asked
and this
to,
guy
and
in like
using
a
the
different
appropriate
setting. Like,
title.
Your arch magnificency.
I see the gentleman is in the mood for jests. I fear the Emperor might not share his disposition. Your Majesty will
I don't know why.
suffice.
In my head, I'm
Spoken
making like this
loudly,
weird like
clearly,
sitcom thing where
and
these
with
two are just like
respect.
buddies up all the time. The little misadventures of Geralt and whatever this guy's title is, Chamberlain. Yeah, I never understood. Yeah, I never understood like medieval fashion. For the most part, I mean, some I see like when they're not poofy. Typically, not the nobles. I'm not bowing.
Your Imperial Majesty.
Arer ep do orde.
Veljen namen, vatkan favot.
I wonder, is this a real language or not?
So many months at Foltest Court. Yet you still haven't mastered the basics
Here's the thing,
of
I know
etiquette.
for a fact
Know what
that
they
if
say.
you do bow, he
Can't teach an
questions
old wolf
and
new
says,
tricks.
I thought you did not bow to any man. So you can't win with
Take
this
it
guy.
you didn't summon me to reminisce about the good old days. So,
Silence. My daughter Cyrilla, she's returned. And she's in danger.
Oh my god, that
The
is
wild
hilariously
hunt
adorable.
pursues her. You will find her and bring her
Alright,
to
so
me.
Ciri's back. Cool.
are you sure? Ciri left. Went
I'm
far,
sure
far
of this
away.
Do you believe I drag you here in the middle of a war to discuss a rumor?
I think anyone can be wrong, even an emperor.
Good truth, good truth.
I had forgotten how insolent you can be.
That'd be the
I
one
haven't the
thing
time
you
to
probably
convince you,
remember
nor
about
the
Geralt,
desire,
is
in
that he was
fact.
insolence.
Yennefer will do that after the audience.
How many men in your army? 20,000? 30? So why me?
You know why. Because she trusts you.
She trusts me, yes. So tell me why you're looking for her. Doubt it's about making up for all those lost years.
For reasons of state, as always. Enough of this banter. You will agree regardless. If for no other reason than because I shall pay you. More than you customarily receive for a contract.
See, this guy's got it down.
Considerably more.
See, if Geralt does care about Ciri, yeah, I need information, buddy.
I need information, not motivation. Ciri leaves few tracks. She'll be hard to find.
My corps of spies will help you. Count on them and my army, should the need arise. Yennefer will tell you the rest.
Okay.
This audience is finished. Mererid,
Mererid. Okay, I remember that name.
take him to the sorceress.
But, like, he's got it down, because if Geralt cares about Ciri, he's going to try and find her anyway. If he doesn't care, the Emperor's going to pay him to find her. He can't lose. The Emperor cannot lose in this situation. Smart man.
Did
looks like
the
just-
gentleman not understand? Did I not emphasize adequately that one must bow to the Emperor?
Relax, nothing happened.
To the gentleman. But I shall be punished.
How?
Please keep close and bother no one. We've had enough breaches of etiquette for one day.
Well, dude, you could have just told me in the beginning. Like, in all honesty, if you'd said, I will be severely punished in some way. A little squabble in the background, I do not care for them. But, like, Geralt, I think, would be like, alright, if you'll be punished, fine, I'll do the bow. It doesn't matter all that much. Maybe he didn't want to seem like he was begging. Mererid. I cannot pronounce that to save my life. You know what? I've never been to Nilfgaard. I'm guessing it must be some type of utopia, the way these guys talk about it. Could not be, too.
Once the gentleman is done, he should see me to retrieve his possessions.
Go on. You know, here's my thing, right?
Yes, and transcribe. The true authority in Novigrad is not the city council.
They should
or the merchants
have
guild,
like a whole bunch of gear here that
the
Geralt could
Church
just
of the
use if he
Eternal
really
Fire,
wanted to, and they're sending him on this
and the
mission.
criminal underworld.
That's something
At
I always
times
never
it is difficult
understood.
to
A
tell the
bar
one from
starting
the
out as an
other.
adventure in a little town,
They
you have
both
to
display
buy
some
equipment as you go up.
ruthlessness
But if you
and
start
cynicism.
off as something important with an important mission, shouldn't they outfit you
You know
with
what?
stuff?
I'll write the report myself. You'll
I'm
need
just gonna,
only
you know,
30
rummage around
craft
here looking for
in
things.
triplicate.
I just heard that. I just heard that guy in the back. Fill this out in triplicate. I'll just write it myself. Honestly, half the time I think it's better if they just write it themselves, because just having the person write it down for you, they can make mistakes. They might not know how to spell properly, or you could just be talking too fast. I'd write it down myself and say, copy this down several times.
Vedimin, directly out of Nordling Tales.
What are we getting in here? Dried fruit? Okay, you go. Probably going to get mostly just some sellables, maybe a couple books. Portrait of the Elder Races.
A shame I have
That's probably not going to be good.
Geralt, that tunic. You look positively smashing.
I disagree,
Dying to take it
Yennefer.
off.
I agree with him on this.
I'd consider that a proposition under different circumstances. One I might even take you up on. But we've matters to attend to. Now do you understand why I'm at Emir's court?
And seems we're in the same boat now. Ciri, she's really back? No chance he's mistaken?
Look, that's more or less what she looks like now. Or so our agents claim. Our little witch has grown into a young lady.
I wonder how many years this actually has been. Like,
How about that?
a
She's grown
year,
up.
or let's see.
It's been years since
They're
you
not
trained
really
together
all
at
that
Kaer Morhen.
specific. I don't remember. I just finished The
A
Witcher
great deal
1
has
game, and it
changed.
doesn't really tell you how long after the books that takes.
You haven't.
And
Not a
as
bit.
mostly sorceresses and witchers
I
don't
missed
really
those
age all
awkward
that
compliments
much.
of yours.
Well, these witchers don't for a long time.
But let's focus on Ciri.
Sorry,
all
I'm not
right?
trying to talk over them.
Right.
It's just they have a
Amir
subtitle
said the
there.
Wild Hunt's after her. I'd find that hard to believe before what happened yesterday. How did they track us down?
Because
It's got to
of
have been
me.
at least 5 years
You see,
between
I've
Ciri
spent months
disappearing at the end of the
searching for
books,
Ciri,
I think.
using locating spells, haruspicy, geomancy, anything, really. I knew the Wild Hunt might sense it, perhaps even find me, but
See, this is
I
one of
thought
those
I
things
tricked
that I
them.
like about fantasy a little bit.
Guess
She
you
just
were
named a
wrong.
few things she did, right?
I've sensed
Doesn't
them
go
on
into
my
detail
trail,
of what they
hunting
are.
me for
You
some
can look
time.
these terms up.
If
I'm
not
sure
for
they
you
exist
and
in
Amir's
some way.
soldiers, they'd have
Which
gotten
is,
what
this
they
is
were
what I
after.
did. And you don't question. It's
I
magic.
can't risk another encounter like that.
It doesn't have to be too
It's
technical.
time to put away the magic, turn to more traditional methods. To the best tracker I know. You must find her, Geralt. Before the Wild Hunt does.
The Wild Hunt. What could it want from Ciri?
I've no clue, Geralt. Might have written them to ask, but I don't have their address. I know as much as you do. It must be about her blood.
Oh, for all you
her
don't know,
gift. As
Ciri
for
is a
what the
child
Hunt
of the
wishes to
elder
do with
blood.
that
That
gift,
means
I-
she's got blood connected to
I'd
like
prefer not
elves
to think
or
about
the
it,
ancient
really.
elves or something along those lines. I never
So where's
finished the
Ciri
book,
been seen exactly?
but that's
In
basically
two
what it is. Her
places.
blood makes her
Velen
special.
and
'Cause
Novigrad.
it's like some.
The trail in Velen
Right.
is most promising. You should make that your first stop. Ask for a merchant named Hendrik at the inn at the crossroads. One of the Emperor's agents. He should get in touch with you.
That's it? No passwords? Secret handshakes?
None. Sorry to spoil your fun, your boyhood fantasies about the crafts of the trade. All we have in Novigrad are unconfirmed reports, rumors, but there you will have the help of our mutual acquaintance. Triss Merigold. Apparently she's got a cozy flat on the main square.
Sure she'll be delighted to see me. What about you? What will you do?
I shall sail for Skellige. There was a magic explosion there recently, blew half a forest down. I believe this had something to do with Ciri. I'll be in Caer Trold. Join me there once you've learned something.
One thing before we go.
Yeah, this is a good
Why
question.
didn't you contact me? Didn't need me? Didn't even want to see me?
I didn't want to spoil things. I'd heard you and Triss made a great couple.
Yen, I'd lost my memory.
Really? That's your
It's
excuse?
not an excuse, though. That is a big thing
Let's
in the
drop
first two
it,
Witcher
all
games.
right?
Geralt
It's not
really
what you
did not
think,
know.
or it
That's
helped me
how they got
understand
around the
how
whole
much I
thing. It's
love
like,
you.
look,
I don't
he
wish
has
to
an
hear
established
it.
personality,
Any
but
of it.
he doesn't remember. It's like, if he had
Guess
honest
this
to God
means we need
amnesia,
to split up
you can't.
again.
Okay, granted, I get
Not
she could
my
be a bit
preference,
miffed about
I
it,
understand.
but I've read the books.
Clock's
These two
ticking.
break up all the time.
It is indeed. So why don't I teleport
Like they are
you
the
to Velen, get you
definition of
there
an
at
on-again,
once?
off-again
Not gonna
relationship.
happen. I'll go on horseback as soon as I can get changed.
Have it your way? Oh, and you really look quite dashing in black velvet.
Think so? Maybe I can have some of my armor lined with it. Good luck, Yen.
Same to you.
That wouldn't be a bad
And if
idea.
you wish to learn
actually,
what's
you
happened
know.
in the world while
Just
you
give
and
me a bit of
Vesemir
black
roam the
velvet,
wilderness,
and
talk
maybe
to
not with these
Ambassador
poofy
Varatra.
arms.
That's him over
But
there.
get rid of the poofy arms. It actually doesn't look that bad.
And Geralt, I know it's wartime, but try not to be a hero, all right? Just check those leads and
This
come
isn't-
back to me.
Lady,
in
this
one
is an
piece.
RPG. Okay? Like,
I
we're
shall
going to
be
be side
waiting.
questing all over the place. Alright, now let's look around a little bit. Portal? Okay, let's see if I can get through it. Just walk, and nope, it's gone. I wonder what would have happened if I ran instead of walked. At some point, I'll probably make an episode just to read these books and stuff.
Scars healed nicely.
I remember reading about that scar too. Like, I think it was what he did in the books is to try and iron in the relationship between Geralt and Ciri, that she has a scar along like the same eye. It's been a little bit. It's been like a couple months since I read the book. I don't remember every detail perfectly. A rusty bread knife. A sword for witches. in all honesty, like, I know you normally don't go to a shop and sell stuff. There could be a fence or a pawn shop, at least. That's the easiest way to go around it. Just put the pawn shop in every settlement in the game. And whatever that you can sell stuff to, because it doesn't make sense otherwise. Why can you just... Alright, yeah, I'm in the store. I'd like to tell you this. Why would they buy your stuff? Top interest deduction. I'll have to worry about that later. It's one of those things that, for me, just makes no sense. I mean, I don't question it. I just go and I just sell what I need to sell. You know, in certain things, like in the Fallout series, you're trading items. So it's like, all right, I'm not selling you this, but I will trade this. But it also makes sense in that because it's not a proper, you know,
Ambassador
barter
Varnatra?
system. Oh, it is a barter
Yennefer
system.
suggested I ask you about current events, the war and so on.
Of course. The Emperor's servants should keep no secrets from each other.
Sorry if I'm not talking.
If you will,
I'm a bit rambly.
let us
Just
approach the
thoughts
map.
about while I'm playing this game. Yeah, I think we've established I'm going to try and play this game through its entirety, if I can ever get some sort of schedule going with it.
How's the war going? I mean, apart from the fact that Nilfgaard's triumph is imminent.
I assume this to be a private conversation. We've no witnesses, so let's dispense with the propaganda, even that shrouded in irony. Our offensive was going splendidly
this guy.
until winter came.
Because, you know, you have a
Edirne
lot
was
of
in such
sycophants who will
disarray
sit
that we
down there and be
encountered
like,
no
we are
resistance.
winning no matter what, just because
We had
either
reached
they
the
honestly
Pontar
don't
before the
believe
first
it,
snows.
or they won't have anything
Only
bad
a
said.
weakened
This guy's
Kedwen
like,
remained.
look, this is a private
And
conversation.
Radovid's
We don't need the
Redania, which had
propaganda.
ignored the
We need to
rest
be
of the
serious
North's
here.
pleas for help. We thought they'd sue for peace, perhaps even submit to vassalization. We waited for spring, certain of victory.
Radovid? Submit?
Yes, a vain hope, I agree. Radovid sent no peace envoys, nor did he advance on our positions. Instead, he trudged over the snow-bound Kestrel Mountains and attacked Kedwen, his ally.
Interesting.
This attack took the Kedweni by surprise. They were still mourning the loss of their king. Rudderless and dejected, they laid down their arms after a few lost skirmishes and joined Radovid. And so by spring, instead of 2 weak enemies, we had only one powerful one.
Smart move, actually. That's a good tactic. If he took them out, it's like,
What
well,
about
you're not,
Kavir?
you guys at least
Kavir
are
values
not
its
part of
neutrality.
Nilfgaard, so we'll join you.
Enough not to lend its armies, or more importantly, even its coin to either side. Returning to the war, this spring there was a massive battle in the marshes of Velen. Massive, yet indecisive. Both sides suffered enormous losses, unprecedented even. Radovid has retreated across the Pontar. He's safe for now, until reinforcements arrive from the south. Then Emperor Emir var Emrys will deal with him once and for all.
Couldn't you just go home? Save everyone a lot of marching, not to mention a few human lives.
I'm afraid the stakes are too high to fold now. We can only go all in.
Stakes being too high, I don't believe that. You could.
How's the war
No,
going?
maybe Amir's getting pressure from
I assume
back
this to be...
home.
Our offensive was going... Only a weakened...
Radovid?
Yeah, sorry
Yes.
about that accident.
This attack took the...
But
And so
I
by
wonder
spring...
like if one can see it properly, Nilfgaard is
That admiration I
gigantic.
hear in your voice?
That's why they're such a
Radovid is
threat,
our
because they are
foe,
a really, really
but I
big
cannot
army.
deny
They
he
have
is
a really
clever.
large area they
He
control.
played us for fools. Particularly dense ones at that. Returning to the war, this spring... Radovid has retreated across...
Couldn't you just go home?
I'm afraid
Yeah, just if you haven't noticed, I go over everything.
How do things look in Velen?
as bad as ever. Perhaps worse.
I like how you just like
This
"Ugh,"
land never
with his
flowed
hand.
with milk and honey, and now it flows with blood. Armies have swept through it several times, trampling fields, looting granaries, burning villages. Famine grips the populace.
So how's ruling that earthly paradise going for you?
Not well, to be honest. Our forces are spread thin as it is, and Velen is chiefly swampy forests that are difficult to control. We've had several patrols never return to their camps. Thus, we've temporarily delegated authority in this region to a certain Nordling, a former low-ranking officer in the Temerian army, one Philip Strenger, better known by his nom de guerre, the Bloody Baron.
think
I
heard
advise
about
you
this
well.
Bloody Baron.
Avoid him.
Let's see. Is that everything?
Any news from Novigrad? Is the free city still free?
Yes, although everyone knows this won't last. Radovid is in Oxenford,
I'm
and
sure
the
it's based
Emperor
on
is
Oxford.
here in
Never
Vizima,
been there though.
at
like to
Novigrad's
visit it one day.
doorstep, both. And both require coin and ships. Novigrad can provide these. Which is why the mood in the city is rather, well, on edge.
Meaning?
How do men deal with fear? They seek reassurance and scapegoats.
Oh god.
The Church
not
of the Eternal Fire understands this perfectly, and so it promises to improve the lives of its flock by pointing out the guilty
Now, the Eternal
who
Fire,
started the war.
it's one
who
of those
profits from
things
it. Why?
that...
It's obvious. Mages,
Okay, you can
elves,
see
dwarves,
where they're
in a
coming
word,
from to a point,
any
and then you
and
see
all
they clearly
deviants.
need to be changed.
I've been stationed in Novigrad for 13 years. First as a consul, then as ambassador.
And actually, I
I've seen a
shouldn't
great
say
deal.
it. I mean,
Cruelty, cynicism, greed. But what is happening there now
what they're
concerns
telling me right
greatly.
now is of anything you did to make it better in the first two games. Well, the
What's
first
new
game,
in
they were
Skellige?
sort of there in the second, not really.
Nothing.
Didn't really matter.
The islanders pride themselves on that, don't they?
Skellige.
Doing everything according to tradition, as their forefathers did. And like their forefathers, they quarrel with each other, pillage, occasionally attack our transports. This is cumbersome, but nothing more. Skellige
I
has
get a
always
feeling
been
it's going to be a whole lot of
footnote to
conversation, not
history,
that much
and so
gameplay.
it shall remain.
But this is The Witcher, so...
Sound awfully confident. What if King Bran manages to unite the
Bran?
Jarls?
Jarls?
Lead all the
Okay,
clans
so this is
against your
what
fleet?
Game of Thrones meets Vikings?
King Bran is a feeble old man. From what I know, he barely remembers the names of his own vassals. Uniting all might prove difficult.
Alright, I think we're done here.
Thanks for your help.
Think nothing of it. May the great sun light your path.
No, I want to, I want to know some of your guys' opinions. When you stop and think about it, like, I know they'll have things and whatever in games where it's like, or any fantasy, it's like, maybe the great sun light your path. Now, to my knowledge, they don't go too deeply into what this great sun is, unless they just mean Emir himself. Right? Now, I always interpret it as, like, some sort of spiritual awakening type of thing. Like, the great sun is not an actual sun. Or something along those lines. Because it seems like they're trying to talk literally about light itself. And, fair enough if they are. But do you prefer to make up your own views on it? Or be like, you know what, that's a thing here. I'm obviously not going to follow this religion, so whatever. Or do you
How
want them to
might
explain
I
it?
serve the gentleman?
By returning my things.
I was carrying literally all of it right behind me.
Citrus and cloves. The fragrance will keep the gentleman's robes fresh somewhat longer.
Thanks, bunches.
The Emperor is not known for his patience. He wants his daughter back safe and sound, as soon as possible.
Yeah, mentioned something of the sort. So long.
Cross the Yara, we will cross the
Like,
Pontar as well.
I know how some games try and get around it. Like with Geralt here, there's a weight system. He can literally only carry so much, right? Doesn't matter if it's there. You can't see it. The point is, they're like, because he's only carrying it. Because it'd be weird in the show carrying a huge sack on his Gwent. You know what? Why not? I'm not gonna play Gwent that much, so. Unless I kind of forgotten how to play this game. Might help if I knew. See, go up to 10 straight up.
Wouldn't
Yeah,
mind a few rounds of cards.
I mean, it's definitely more involved than dice poker. Dice poker was interesting, not fun, but it was interesting because you're just rolling the dice and you're taking a chance. Here, it's obviously much more involved. Natural and beautiful. Okay. This is one thing that, even from the books and whatever, that I preferred about Foltest is that You know, he had a level of shame with it. He accepted his daughter, Ada, but he had a level of shame in his actions. Which, you know, I can be like, alright, you know, he did what he did. At least that's how I interpreted it. Not that he's sitting down there saying, like, you know, this was the right thing to do. I don't know, this game seems like it's pushing it a bit too much, and that he's, like, in favor of what he did. And, sorry, I'm also trying to pay attention to this and whatnot. If I remember correctly, it's just the highest, whoever gets 30 wins. Let's see, go with this one. Choose card to redraw. Yeah, games like this, like, always seem to me the best way to do it is to play the game normally, collect cards along the way, and then, like, at the end, like, alright, now I've collected all this stuff, now I'll take on opponents and whatnot. This is one of the reasons I like the dice poker over this, is that there was a quest in The Witcher 1 where it's like, you had to face 3, 4, depending on which chapter you're in, people of a certain level within dice poker. Now, it didn't really matter all that much. Like, initially they were very bad, and then they patched the game so that they stopped making stupid decisions, and it seemed like the only modifier was luck. And it made perfect sense. Like, not so much... It makes more sense here because this is skill-based as opposed to luck-based. But I don't think there's a thing where, like, okay, now I'm going to challenge these people here and these people here. And I'm just going to, you know, right now, I'm not going to really try in this match. Kind of just want to get it out of the way. I could be wrong. Maybe there is a thing of becoming the Gwent champion. Alright, now let's see here. Alright, I got my higher numbers out. Do I bother attack? No, I do not think I should attack. Yeah, I'm gonna have to take another crash course in how to play Gwent because it's been that long. Alright, I have a 35, which I think means I win. I'm sorry, I just dropped something. Alright, now they go, round start, those go away, pull more out, and... Put that out. Oh, it's my opponent's turn. Yeah, I'm sorry, it's like... When it comes to being tactical and whatever, I do have trouble actually voicing what I'm thinking. But, yeah, I don't mind collectible card games. Gwent doesn't really, you know, appeal to me, but that's probably because I just haven't played it all that much. Like, I remember when I was younger, I used to play collectible card games all the time. They were fun. And I remember trying to break my friends into it at points. I remember after years, they said, hey, you know, come play Yu-Gi-Oh! Or something. Like, I'm like, alright, I'll break out my old thing. Now they just got, like, new decks. We're doing all sorts of crazy things. I'm like, okay. I remember this being a lot less technical. This is supposed to be for kids, right? Prince Stennis. I don't know why. I'm getting a lot of Game of Thrones vibes here. Now, again, I may have just not gone to these points in the Witcher books, but Stannis was a prince. I know that. Then he became a king, and then I'm pretty sure everyone who knows Game of Thrones is gonna be like, okay, it could just be a C Project Red. It's like, you know, we have a fantasy universe. Why don't we take some elements from something popular, change it up a bit. It's not the worst action I've ever seen done when it comes to appropriating things. What I had... But, eh. So now what I'm going to do here. I have 3 things. Push this one down. Yeah, I don't think I can win this now. Yeah, double. Yeah, I'm losing this match. I know that much. But, yeah, either way. Alright, I lost. Alright, we're going to call it here, everybody. Thanks for watching. Tell me what you want to see. Like, comment, subscribe. Until then, bye-bye.